In this episode, I'm going to share with you the structure of a successful property investment business. Hi, I'm Flegg. I come across investors of all kinds, novice investors, experienced investors, everything in between. And so often they've given no thought at all to how they're going to structure their business. And it means they start slowly, they grow slowly, they never actually get it finished, they feel trapped in it, and it just doesn't perform as they'd like it to. And so I came up with a structure that I teach all my clients that I'm going to share with you in this episode. And that structure is the 4 pillars. The 4 pillars of a property investment business that actually works. The first pillar is sales and marketing. And actually, that's the wrong way around. It's marketing and sales. Everyone says sales and marketing, but marketing is what comes first. You have to let vendors know that you exist. That's marketing. Once they've contacted you and they've given you their details, then you can sell to them. You have their contact details, they're in your target market, you can sell your service to them. And make no mistake, you are in the sales business. You are selling solutions to vendors. And so marketing and sales is absolutely critical. That's pillar 1. Pillar 2 is conveyancing and finance. So going through the conveyancing process, so after you've agreed a sale with a vendor, so that's your marketing and sales, you find the vendor and you offer to buy their property and they agree. Then you go into the legals of actually transacting the property, so actually buying the property. And of course, in order to do that, normally you've got an element of finance. Even if the vendor's lending the money to you, it's still finance of some kind. So you've got conveyancing and finance in pillar 2. Pillar 3 is refurbishment or works. So anything that you need to do on the property, and that can be a gas safety certificate and an electrical certificate, or it can be a 20, 30, 100,000 pound refurb. It really doesn't matter, it fits into pillar 3. And finally, in pillar 4 is monetization. So actually getting tenants into your property paying you rent, or actually opening the doors to your service accommodation and having guests come and stay in it, or actually signing a lease with a charity or signing a contract with a local authority to use your property for emergency accommodation. Your monetization is in pillar 4. Those 4 pillars are equally important. Without any one pillar, your property business falls over because it's missing one of the 4 pillars. And here's what I see loads. If someone's got, let's say, 20 hours a week to invest in their property business, and my recommendation is if you're going to do this business, if you want to build a portfolio that's going to pay your living forever, you need to invest at least 15 hours a week. That's my recommendation. So let's assume you've got 20 hours a week. What should you do? Well, you should balance those 20 hours equally across the 4 pillars. That's what you should do. And so sales and marketing would get 5 hours a week. Conveyancing and finance would get 5 hours. Refurbishment and works would get 5 hours. And monetization would get 5 hours. But when you start your business, you haven't got any properties to check the rents on, or to check the gas safety certificates, or to advertise for rent, or to do viewings with tenants. That doesn't exist. So you move the 5 hours into column 3. So now you've got 10 hours in column 3, which is the refurbishment and works. But you haven't got any properties, you haven't got any maintenance, you haven't got any refurbs to do. So you move those 10 hours into column 2, which was conveyancing and finance. But you've not got any properties to buy because you've not spoken to any vendors yet. So you use those 15 hours in pillar 1. And in pillar 1, you've got 5 hours, 5 hours, 5 hours, 5 hours. You've got 20 hours to invest in marketing and sales. And if you've not done any marketing yet, you haven't got anyone to sell to, so it all goes into marketing. And then as you get your first leads come through, you invest some of that 20 hours in selling, in speaking on the phone to vendors, in going and visiting them, doing help visits, in signing them up. And once you've got sign-ups, now you've got some work to do in column 2. So now you need to instruct solicitors. So you might take 5 hours and put it into conveyancing and finance, 5 hours a week. So you keep 15 hours a week in pillar 1 in column 1, marketing and sales, and you put 5 hours into column 2, conveyancing and finance. So now you're speaking to a mortgage broker, now you're speaking to your conveyancers and you're pushing the deal through. Then you actually complete on the property. Now you've got some works to do. So you might move 5 hours across to the works column, column 3, and you actually do the refurbishment, you project manage it, etc., and you get it ready for let. And now finally you move a few hours across, and it doesn't have to be 5 at the start. One property won't take you 5 hours in each column, but you get the idea. And now you need to focus on the monetization. And I've seen this so many times. I've seen people focus all in their marketing and sales, buy loads of properties, but not actually do them up or let them. And in property, you only make your money when you've got people using that property, paying you rent, or guests in there paying you a license fee each night or each week. That's when you make your money. So you have to get to column 4, pillar 4, in order to make your property business work, in order for it to spin cash off and help you buy more properties. And so if you're wondering where to start, look at how many hours a week you can invest in your business, divide it by 4, and put that into the 4 pillars of your property investment business. And then you'll have that stability. If you don't have work in all 4 pillars, move it across. Move it to pillar 1, move it to pillar 2, and then once the work comes through, you evenly spread it across the 4, and that will keep your business growing at an optimum rate. It will keep you as profitable as possible, as quickly as possible, and that's what we're after in property. Positive cash flow can be slow in property, so you need to get there as quickly as possible, and you need to have one eye on the cash coming in, whilst another eye is on bringing more assets into your business. If you've enjoyed this episode, click on the subscribe button, hit the notifications bell, and I will look forward to seeing you for a new episode soon. Happy investing.